Liberated, freed, released, free from traditional social restraints. Sisters, girls or women who share a common ancestry, allegiance, character, or purpose with another or others. Fellow Black women or girls.
Peace and blessings. Sister Charlene Muhammad, in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah and that Muhammad is the servant and messenger. Assalamu alaikum. This is Liberated Sisters. Pause that. Today we have a beautiful show, a beautiful panel of sisters with us to talk about business, economics. Our special guest is Sister Sajdah Wendy Muhammad. She is a global thought leader, author of The Art and Science of Business, and founder of Sajdah House. Also with us today will be Sister Danielle X. She is the founder of Silent Crimes Network. That is something that is really of need. Both of them. We'll go deeper into why I said that about Sister Danielle, and it is related to our Final Call newspaper cover story this week dealing with Black and missing murdered women and girls. Our special guest co-host returns, Sister Attorney Pamela Muhammad, right out of Muhammad Mosque, number 45 in Houston. And so without further ado, let us bring in Sister Pamela, and we will get into the Justice Report, which will deal again right with that cover story. Sister Pamela, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, Sister Charlene. Thank you so much for inviting me back to Liberated Sisters. It is so wonderful to see you. Such a blessing to be a part of this wonderful dialogue you have planned for today at the Liberated Sisters. So, once again, assalamu alaikum to you and to your listening audience. As you said, your cover story, Sister Charlene, this is so important and so imperative as we talk about Black women missing, murdered. But, this is such a very serious topic. And it is mainly a big issue because we know that really no one is caring about Black women, but Black women and our families and our communities. Bringing this issue to the forefront is so important because it helps us to look at what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan talks to us about in making our own communities decent and safe places to live. And by in this justice report, it's my intention to really advocate for an issue that maybe the victims who are not represented on mainstream media, they're not being on the cover of CNN like many of white women are actually, media and resources are put right behind them anytime they are missing. And as you discuss in this article, Black women, there's a disproportionate amount of Black women who are missing in this country, and the rates in comparison to our population are very disturbing, because I believe they talk about 30% of missing women are Black, and actually we're only 14% of the US population. So we're talking about 36%, according to your article, that are listed as Black. And as you begin in this article, you talk about how disturbing it is, because some of these women, they're not only missing, they're feared murdered. And we as Black women are raising our voices this evening to talk about not only this problem, but solutions, advocating for our sisters. And so, again, the article talks about Missouri, which is my home state, and how there's a state senator by the name of Angela Mosley, and she's out of a district entitled the 13th district. Now, this is a state of Missouri. And it's interesting because the neighborhoods that are listed in this article, you talk about neighborhoods like Blackjack, Floridale Hills, Hathaway, Jennings, so on. Those are Black suburban areas. Those are lower middle class to middle class Blacks, poor, sometimes the working poor. But these are predominantly Black areas where people have worked hard to try to keep their families together, and to see this type of, real problem, failures. And so some of the failures that we see that make advocates say, well, Black women missing and potentially murdered is really an issue, is they're saying there's failure to investigate. So we know that taking these cases to the police departments and, them getting involved immediately and actually putting the resources behind is so important. But according to this state senator's concerns, too many times Black women are falling through the cracks with these investigations, and there's not enough publicities, there's not enough resources being placed to help them. So this is why this legislation is actually looking at developing policies, and one of the things I read is that, there needs to be a consistent way of entering people into these databases, these national databases, as well as, definitions which don't say, hey, they're not runaways. Don't, put them underneath the crack and saying, oh, they just ran away, come back later. And so, these are some of the issues, because frankly, people are saying no one cares. Do people really care? And we know that systemic racism is real. And it really caused me, Sister Charlene, to look at the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's words in his article that's included in here, and it's called Black Male is Endangered. But I think these two articles combined, because the minister talks about how Pharaoh, with Pharaoh's modern army. And one of the things that Minister Farrakhan brings out is that Pharaoh's modern army is sometimes the court system, is sometimes he asked the question, is Pharaoh's modern army the court system? Is it the prison? And this idea of how in slavery they didn't care. They used these robes, hide behind these police station, and this is me paraphrasing now, to actually see our people murdered, to see our people missing. So again, this is why we have to look at making our own communities decent and safe places to live. But let me just finish up here with the article. You know, Black women, I think in poverty, there's some issue about the causes of why Black women, may be disproportionately represented, the underlying causes. So we know poverty could, economic driven, women needing to work, women being out. We also know that, again, the resources aren't applied to us, and it really goes with the fact of how, we see the reductions in potentially food stamps and TANF reductions, not actually providing people with what they need. So homelessness is also on the rise. And again, I looked at another article, and this was some research I did, and it shows how Missouri's removal of children from their homes, which we know foster care, there's a major connection between missing children and people in the foster care system. And they're saying that the homelessness is on the rise because of poverty. And so we do have some overlapping with these issues. So I just wanted to, to pretty much wrap it up. I think some of the use of technology and resources is something you mentioned, with the alert systems needing to be really tailored so Black women's issues, their missing status, is not swept up under the rug, like the Amber Alerts or the Ebony Alerts. And so again, this is something that us helping ourselves, by the promoting of flyers, not waiting for government controlled media to solve and work for us, because we know that they are biased oftentimes. So we see ourselves independently, promoting our cause and advocating. And so that's why I thought this was such a great article. And I know you have someone, the next Sister Danielle, I believe is her name, and you wanted to bring her on because I know she works in this area and she can share. And so I'll give you back the mic, Sister Charlene, and assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. And you stay right there, if you will. And assalamu alaikum to you, Sister Danielle. Boy, aren't you all lovely? Let's get right to it. Sister Danielle X is proud founder of Silent Crimes Network, and she has been a long time advocate for those who are sex trafficked and abused. Sister Danielle, tell us more about yourself, and then what are your thoughts about just the plight of our Black and murdered missing and girls in terms of what Sister Attorney Pamela shared, and you all can take that away. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you again. Praise be to Allah. Thank you for this opportunity to be able to join some wonderful, strong women that are working in the cause of Allah. Dr. Pamela, Sister Pamela, excuse me, you spoke some statistics. I didn't even think about some of that information that you thought, you broke down the numbers and what's happening in our communities. And it all goes together. It all meshes together. It's amazing. But Sister Danielle X here from Dallas, Muhammad Masaba 48. About me, I've been in the nation since 2000, registered. In 2000. I worked heavily, of course, as a Vanguard with honor and appreciation. In working in the nation, studying, researching, praying, I always felt there was something missing from me. In that I was born and raised in South Bronx, New York, came to Texas to adjust. In doing so, looking for that missing piece of myself. Coming to the nation, it was almost there for me, just coming in the doors, but it was always something missing. And when I found out it was actually 8 years ago this month, I was working in the community as an MGT, of course. at an apartment complex in Dallas, and we were helping with the youth in the community. And in doing that, there was a young lady. She had to be about 8 or 9 at the time. Her name was, I let her name be Little Girl A is her name. Little Girl A was sharing with me that her and her mother were being trafficked, sold. I've heard things on, through movies and whatnot and television. And I'm like, she's got to be playing. It can't be serious, right? So when her mother came to come pick her up from our day of activities, I pulled her mother to the side and asked her, calmly, are you okay? And she shared with me that no, she's not okay. And she ran down to me why she was not okay. Okay. So, of course, I hit the ground running, right? You all, I hit the ground running, researching, making phone calls. It's an issue. And as I began to do the research, I'm finding out that Dallas is number 2 in the state of Texas for sex trafficking. Houston is number 1. So from that point, I figured out what Allah has put me here for. The loving and the care for the Black woman is definitely is embedded in my DNA. But how can I assist and make a difference? And I figured it out by creating a nonprofit group called Silent Crimes Network. Silent Crimes Network is crimes with a Z. Why I put a Z? The Z means we're asleep. Silent Crimes Network. The murders, the missing reports that don't come across our television. The Amber Alerts we never hear about. The girls we never hear their names being called, their mothers looking for them, their grandmother looking for them, their teachers looking for them. They have no idea where they are, but they're in our backyards, literally. There have been cases where girls have been kidnapped by a neighbor living literally across the alley in a home they know. Most cases are not always a stranger. It's someone that's your family member, uncle, cousin, sister. They know these individuals, and there's more involved in that. But once we call 911, Sister Pamela, and we tell my daughter, my cousin, my niece, my grandbaby's missing, they tell us, okay, well, give it time. She may have ran away. She may have been unhappy at home. Was there an argument that happened between you and your child? Is she upset about something that you don't know about? Well, you know what? Give it 24 hours, Ms. Muhammad. Give it 24 hours and come back or call tomorrow and we'll get an investigator on it. Knowing you and I know 24 hours, I could be out the country in 24 hours, right? So in doing that, what does that look like? So our children are missing, our women are missing, but there's no call because we're labeled as runaways off the market. If they even come back to your case. So you're calling 911, you're looking for an investigator, you're asking for lawyers, you're getting help, but no one's able to assist. They don't want to help our children. I told Sister Charlene the other day that if we were able to get an Amber Alert notification for each Black woman or child missing, our phone will be going off nonstop. In Dallas alone, every 3 minutes, a child of our culture is snatched. Every 3 minutes in Dallas, a child is being snatched. So we can't become numb to or become comfortable in hearing a person saying it will take for your child to come up missing for you to want to be interested in what's happening. So we become numb. They ain't got nothing to do with me. I pray for your family. I don't know what to do, how to help you. We don't really get involved because it's not you directly, but it's affecting our communities more than we understand. So having our own Amber Alert is a wonderful thing, Sister, to be able to have those things in our own communities, to be able to establish our own network and not relying on someone else to do our job for us. So Silent Crimes definitely works with sex trafficking, domestic abuse, molestation cases, how to be able to heal past your trauma, facing what you have gone through, and helping women who are looking for their missing children. My phone rings all day long, Sister Pamela, with women who are concerned for their loved ones. And I have to be able to do all I can to assist them as much as I can, not always getting a resolution. Or you get one and that child has been killed, been found in the alley, been hung on a tree, been burned, literally burned to death. Those stories are never easy. Yes, ma'am. You went mute?
Yes, ma'am, Sister Danielle. That is, I just thank you so much for the work that you do. You are such a brave, dedicated soul to be, putting your time and effort into this mission. That's the MGT. I have to give you an applause.
Yes,
May Allah continue to bless you, because as an advocate, and you have your own non-for-profit doing this work, what is it that we can do? Because you said Z at the end, crimes with the Z, because we're asleep. What is it that we can do to help protect our children and these girls, that are going missing? Is there anything we can do?
Definitely. I believe the first thing, and most of the complaints or concerns are for young ladies and for women, adult women. We don't listen. We hear them. We see their patterns changing. We see their friends changing. They're not eating the same. They're not sleeping pattern. Their sleeping pattern has changed. Excuse me. We're not involved. As a parent, as an adult, with children or not with children, we have to learn to listen to when our girls come and tell us something, and our boys as well. Listen effectively. You hear them. Listen to what they're saying and what they're not telling you. You got to be able to weed through that. She's acting a little different. And investigate. Don't feel that you are intruding their privacy. They call me a helicopter mother. Praise be to Allah. I give her space, my children space when necessary, to be able to let them branch their own wings out. But when it comes to security, as an MGT, so my thing is to definitely listen to your daughters, listen to your sons more effectively, not always to be able to respond to what they have to say. Listen, that'll help.
Praise be to Allah. And that is such a good point, because let me ask you, so the next question I want to, that's similar, but these aren't oftentimes our children that are coming up missing. Potentially all of our children are at risk, but we know sometimes this may not be my personal child. And I, as an attorney, hear so often, well, those parents, they responsible and they need to. How do you feel about that? Do you think us as a greater community of Black people, can we get involved, and do we need to look at these issues as that type? We need to be involved.
Yes, ma'am. Like I said earlier, we have become numb. We become numb to nothing. And so us becoming numb, because it hasn't happened to you directly, but it has happened to you directly. And so when you see something, I always say, when you see or know something, say something. We have so many traumatic sayings, go on this house, stay in this house. No. You see or you know something, you are obligated, adult or child, to say something. Even though the child may not be your child, but when you see something's not right, she's 10 years old with lipstick on. She's 8 years old with a mini skirt on. Oh, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't my baby. My baby at home.
Right.
That's somebody else's baby.
Yes, ma'am.
So we are responsible to go get the nearest authority to be able to at least watch you to deal with that. Don't just walk up to the man or woman and grab a child, but be safe in your gesture. Be wise in your motion. But we are all accountable for that until we have been taught some wonderful information until we're able to accumulate, get our own land, and be in our
Yes,
own
ma'am.
communities and be in a safe place by ourselves. We are living among people who are uncivilized,
That's right.
people who do not have our best interests at heart. So in knowing that the activity is what it is, we have to be wise in our motion. And so protecting your child means being there when they're at school, be there to pick them up on time. Be there early.
That's right.
Be involved in the act. Go to the football games, the basketball games, the ballet recitals,
That's right.
whatever's happening, choir rehearsals. Be involved as much as you can. I know we have corporate America jobs. It's a reality.
Mm-hmm.
Have someone filling for you. I tell people all the time, it's always somebody watching you. It's always someone with their eye on you, be it they're jealous or envy. They like the way you dress, like your car, like your children, like your husband or your wife. Someone's watching you with something in them. So I would say to be able to be observant and be protectors of our children. And as women, protect yourself. Don't be out past dark.
That's
Clear
it.
your-
Yes,
and
ma'am.
even when it's daytime, be observant of your environment. It takes 3 seconds to be in somebody's trunk. Easy. Because you weren't watching. You hear. Get off of
yes, ma'am. That's right. Yes, ma'am.
To watch. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. And that is so beautiful because, like you say, the cell phone usage and the social media addictions that our children are engaged in, we got to get into that as well. It's an epidemic that our children are addicted to these devices, and they're very, very distracting.
Yes, ma'am.
And very, very hypnotic and very sometimes dangerous to their psyche, especially based on their level of maturity.
Yes,
and we didn't even talk about, Sister Danielle, because everything you're saying, you're so wise. We didn't even talk about people being approached online. I know Sister Attorney Sherry Muhammad out of Maryland, she shared a documentary once where, how the men, they'll hide behind fake friends and, make up little profiles, and they're actually maybe pedophiles, reaching out to our children online, and they don't know, so this is so important. I thank you. I don't, and what you said, and I think it's so important, sometimes we have to teach our mothers in the community some of this wisdom that you're giving, such as be attentive to your child, watch out the window, where your child is outside, if not sitting on the porch like our mothers used to do.
Yes.
When the street lights come on, you need to be home for a reason. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us as women, not to be out, after dark, unattended. And so these are issues, our people, we're being, allowed to go into the slaughter. That's what I'm seeing.
It's a beautiful thing that you said that. We have a great teacher, my martial arts teacher, your martial art teacher, Doc, Grandmaster. Many may know him as Grandmaster Abdul Aziz Muhammad, but now he's Doctor. Wonderful.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. He taught us it's not when it happens. No, it's not if it happens. It's when it happens. You got to always you got to think that when you go outside your house, when you go somewhere, you have a game plan. I'm going to the store, go get some eggs. Right? Now you're going to have distractions. You're going to have distractions in between time. But your goal is to go to the store and get the eggs. People watching your motion. You go in the store and you're out the store. That's it. Before you get back in your car, check your trunk of your car. I mean, your trunk, but your back seat before you get back in your car. There's things that the messenger has given us. Even though it happened before, at that time he may mentioned it then, it's more effective now than ever. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's information, his words, every syllable that man has said to us and is saying to us is actual facts.
Yes, ma'am.
And if we implement even just one lecture of his, just one conversation, it will save our life.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
we
You're
have to be
right.
able to take that information, not just eat it. You know, we eat food, you eat it, you swallow, you digest it, whatever, you know, we got to be able to digest and invest in that. Take the nutrients of what the man of God has given us. And if we listen to what he said, he will change, not just save your life, he's going to change your thinking. The psyche will be
Yes, ma'am.
calculated differently if we implement him when he says, don't be out past dark. Don't do certain
That's
things.
right.
How do you dress? If you were snatched right now, one of the questions he's going to ask is, how was she dressed?
That's right.
Those things matter.
Yes,
That's right.
ma'am.
Yes,
Thank you
ma'am.
so much, both of you. Sister Attorney Pamela, thank you for carrying
Yes,
that
ma'am.
segment. And Sister
Praise be
Danielle,
to Allah.
we want to hear more from you. Liberated Sisters would be honored for you to join, I'll say the Liberated Sisters Network on the Closing the Gap
Yes.
broadcast network. We've talked about this for decades, but thank you. I feel your passion. We're going to make way now for Sister Sajdah, Wendy Muhammad. But please continue to do what you do, and we lift you up in our prayers. You know,
Thank you.
I just really appreciate you coming on tonight to share. You all, she was part of the voices that I interviewed for the article. I just had a lot, and what went, and but thank Allah, we'll be coming back to you, God willing, on the show. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
I didn't get to put your information any there. Let's give out your email or any way that you want people to contact you. Let's do the email.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I love you, Sister Charlene. I love you so much.
I love you too.
Yes, ma'am. My email is silentcrimesnetwork@gmail.com. Simple. All one word. Silent, SILENT, crimes, CRIMEZ, network@gmail.com. You can contact me there. If you want us to come to your city and do a workshop, we're more than happy to come and be able to facilitate and be able to share information that will help us get better in our communities. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank your family. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, you all.
Sister, oh, we didn't hear you, but we saw you, Sister Pamela.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. So before we make way for our beautiful, oh, you all are killing it tonight, Sister Sajdah, I want to let's see, let's share this. And you know, we have Mother Khadijah Farrakhan, Mother of the Faithful, the Nation of Islam, and she is the life companion of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, his wife. She is celebrating, and the nation is celebrating her 90th birth anniversary this month. And here you can see, you can scan that. You can go to Sister Carmen Camila Abdullah's page on Facebook. This her Instagram page as well. There's information there. You can scan this code and you can find out how you can join us in honoring a legacy of 90 years in the making. And there's going to be a digital ad, and I'm telling you, all the ads that I'm looking at are looking very good. So happy birthday, Mother Khadijah, birth anniversary. The fact of the matter is, you all, I'm working on something for that right now myself. But we love you, Mother Khadijah. We love you so much. And thank you so much for being an example to me personally as a sister who came into the nation, and also just as all of the women I know I can talk about, some that have been sharing their reflections have been just so beautiful. So thank you. And of course, thank you to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. You two together are inspirational. So I'm going to come out of that. So I won't get full. Sister Pamela, where's Sister Pamela? Okay, when you come back, Sister Attorney Pamela, I want to hear your remarks. Just give your reflection. Oh, there you go. Would you like to give a reflection on Mother Khadijah? And let's bring in Sister Sajdah, Mother Khadijah Farrakhan.
Oh, that is so beautiful that you, allowed me to say something. With Mother Khadijah Farrakhan is she's such an example of just grace and strength and faith and just everything that we as MGT, really strive or look up to be. I mean, she's from what I've seen from afar, she's so humble and kind. And to actually have been with our beautiful minister, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and how she, has her beautiful family, her children, her grandchildren, her great grandchildren, and how she's always shared with our children. Now, this one right here, Sister Charlene, those of us who have had the children at Savior's Day, who've been at the children's
Village.
village. Yeah, the children's village. How can I forget? Every Savior's Day, our children would run to the children's village like this was, the best experience they've been waiting for all year. And, the time and just the concern and the consideration that she has always exhibited for us, our children, our families,
Yes,
and her,
ma'am.
and just beauty. So may Allah continue to bless her and her family. I want to wish her a wonderful, wonderful birthday celebration. May Allah continue to bless her as she is a beautiful wife of our minister, the Honorable
Thank
Minister.
you.
I thank you for allowing me to say that. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
absolutely. Now, wait until you get a load of this. Let's see here. I'm gonna bring in Sister Sajdah, Wendy, Muhammad. Which one? Mm-mm-mm. Y'all know Sister Sajdah, number classy. I love it. Here we go. Whew. I saw this commercial. I was like, oh, don't let me play it. Okay. Mhm. Here we go. Sister Sajdah. Hi, salam alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Thank you for being with us. Sister Sajdah, again, is a global thought leader, author of The Art and Science of Business, and founder of Sajdah House. If you go to her channel, Sajdah Wendy Muhammad, on YouTube, there's so much information. You can see the house, the home of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that she purchased, the first home, and she's restoring it. Sister Sajdah, thank you for blessing Liberated Sisters and being with us tonight. Oh my gosh. You look
Thank you
so
for having me. Thank you. You know what? I don't know if Sister Danielle is gone, but I was praying for her and
Mm.
praying that Allah will strengthen her, give her eyes and place and let her see where she can't see, hear where she can't hear, and just really extend her help. I'm in Chicago now, but having moved from DC metro area to Chicago, there are so many missing girls in the DC metropolitan Baltimore area that it's really alarming. And so to see somebody advocating for that, and I've been saying for the longest that the sexual subculture in our community is out of control. And we got to rein in our sexual deviations that are existing right within our home and right within the community that is blinding us, so we can't see when somebody is trafficking our child right out from up under us, because there's so much happening. I actually know 2 people whose daughters were kidnapped in the DC area.
Wow.
One, they got her back. She was 19. And the other, I think they're still looking for her. So this is something that we all have to be aware of. I don't care where you live. It's not because you're poor. It's not because you ain't got no money, because you on SNAP benefits. You could live in a mansion and your child can be snatched out from up under you.
That's right.
And as a woman, oftentimes we're lured. You know, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, we love the devil because the devil gives us nothing. And so we're lured towards nothing that can end up putting us in a position where we find ourselves kidnapped or abducted. So, and it's not just girls, but there's things like body parts, sex trafficking is big. So I just want to, I just became really full listening to her, because this is just a subject that I don't feel like we talk about enough in our community. And sisters like her with that kind of organization need more of our support and attention.
Yes, ma'am. I agree. And thank you for saying that. I thought she was still here too. And I pray that she can hear it. And I'll make sure, God willing, she gets that, because you're right. You know, when I spoke to her for the article, I just was amazed. And I've spoken to her before, but just like she spoke about it, you know, you have to be a certain type of being to carry that, you know, to be able to handle that. One thing I wanted to say to your point is, you know, the culpability of the society itself, you know, like we're like such a commodity still. And as she was saying, people know. And here we go, Attorney Pamela, I got you. And see something, say something. But sometimes they're walked right on out. We talked about the slumber parties or the sleepovers. I spoke to an activist here in Los Angeles who talked about, you know, the children just walking up and down the street because allegedly of parents who don't want them. Little girls, she said, riding the bus all hours of the night. They have nowhere to go. So I'm going to be vetting that. I didn't necessarily put that in the piece, but yeah, thank you for that prayer for her, Sister Sajdah. Thank you so much. Sister Pamela, were you there when Sajdah was talking?
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. And I think what you said, Sister Sajdah, is so important, because, you know, as it's not only the poor who are more vulnerable to this type of, you know, just crime of being abducted and missing, but we do know that as people are losing economic, you know, strength, this is one of the things that does make people vulnerable. And I think that's why it's so beautiful. I was talking to Sister Charlene about your piece, and I'm so excited to hear you talk about the science of business, because we know that economics is what our community needs as well, so we can support ourselves and be independent. And, you know, women don't have to be working, you know, at fast food jobs late at night, catching buses. I mean, we see this all over. And when we talk about Children's Protective Services removing children and families from their families because of poverty, and starting that cycle where they sometimes end up dead because they're removed, or they end up missing, you know, those cycles are something that we have to advocate for as well. Like you say, it's all the way from the rich, the famous, to those who are misguided, sexually deviant. I so agree with you know, everything that's being said. So
yeah, because
yes,
I think misnomer, the people that I know whose child, one was a younger child, one's a late teen, are not poor. And so I think sometimes that's a misnomer, because poor doesn't necessarily equate to certain things happening. You know, but yeah, they're not people who are poor. So I'm sorry to take the conversation in a different direction, but it just really touched me, because I remember when they were looking for their daughter and how they went where they went to go and try to save her and try to find her. And these were people that the daughter knew and had started hanging around with.
Yeah, see.
That actually abducted her.
It goes that way. Some are saying they're going into the house with a friend, and as the activist on the ground here told me recently, you know, it's not what it is. The parents, some parents lure them, bring your little girlfriends over, and next thing you know, they're in an adult party. It's just really something. It's really
internet,
ma'am.
you know,
Yes,
the internet. The
that's
internet is huge, you know, and as we talk about entertainment industry promoting particular imagery, you know, such as, you know, I just always remember when Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion were in the big mansion, you know, running around talking about, you know, something, having a big party, you know, and we know sometimes depicting our women in the media is sometimes something that, you know, encourages our girls to act. So it's like when Trayvon Martin, you know, was murdered because of the police brutality. I think we started to see how it's not just those who don't have parents, or, you know, it's not a certain particular group of our youth who are in peril. It's all of us. Yeah. So
thank you. Thank you.
You're dealing with the mind of Yaqub, and so you can't fathom the depths and the areas in which that mind reaches, from the church, from the mosque, from the synagogue, to the stripper pole, to the music, to the internet. Yaqub's mind is almost everywhere. And so as we do this work and we begin to unravel his mind and help the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan to replace his mind with the mind of Master Fard Muhammad, it's everywhere. We can't make any kind of assumptions about anything, because I knew these people forever, and I remember seeing the little girl, she good straight A's and all of this stuff, but you just can't make any assumptions about it.
That's right.
And the things that you begin to see when you do this kind of work, even in business. And I see the amount of people that are extraordinarily influenced by money because they're chasing something and they don't have faith. See, when you got faith, you'll go to death's door knowing that Allah will save you. But when your faith is not there and somebody tells you, give me a couple dollars, just do this, just say that, we ain't gonna tell nobody. See, this all ties over into business and figuring out how we continue to be who we need to be, because wherever we are is where the mosque is.
That's right.
So we don't have to wait until we get land. We don't have to wait until we own something. Wherever you and I are, if we are students of Master Fard Muhammad, wherever we are is where he is.
That's right.
And that's just how we gotta roll in everything. There's no waiting. Where's heaven? Right where we are.
Yes,
Hell can be where we are. Where's the mosque? Where's the nation? Right where each of us are sitting. Where's our new state? Where's our new territory? Right where you are. How do we police? How do we teach and train the uncivilized? Right where we are. And we have to demand that type of behavior no matter where we go. I don't care where we are. It could be with your sister who look like you, who you've been in the mosque with for years, but you start hearing something, we got to check it right away. But we have to start replacing Yaqub's mind with the mind of Master Fard Muhammad, and that starts with each and every one of us. And I'm sorry, Sister Danielle, but your thing just really got me full, because I said people are missing.
Yes.
Not just the babies, but grown women.
Yes.
Grown women look like us.
Yes.
getting lured. People are preying upon us. We talk about predatory capitalism. That's what this is.
Yeah.
It's interesting you say that, Sister Sajdah.
That's right.
That the part of sex trafficking is $1 trillion business.
That's right.
They get more money by doing trafficking than they do by selling cocaine.
That's right.
One thing about cocaine, once you break it down, light it, smoke it, it's gone. It's in the veins, it's done with. But one thing about a woman or a child, a boy, you can that same person can be used multiple times in a day.
It's just like slavery, sis.
We talking about. I tell people that slavery, trafficking happened in 1555. Period. Point blank. It's nothing new.
And it has never stopped. And now we're at a point, even as adults, where we are voluntarily trafficking ourselves. This is why we can't see it. Because we're engaging in behaviors ourselves with our big old civilized selves that really mimics. See, we just have the ability to mask it. But it mimics what that child is going through, or what that other sister or brother who may be a little weaker than us. So when we allow ourselves to be sold out for business, or sold out because we scared, we don't want to rock the boat.
Yes, ma'am.
That's the beginning seed, the germinating seed of what you're talking about.
Yes, ma'am.
See, because if I sit up and let somebody commit an injustice in my face, and I don't follow my general orders, then guess what? I'm setting the stage for it to be okay for somebody to come behind me and snatch your daughter.
That's right. That's right.
I ain't gonna say nothing. Right up under our noses. And I seen it. When I moved to DC is when I was in Chicago the first time, I didn't notice it. When I moved to DC, Baltimore, it was like it was everywhere, from body parts. And then you start seeing these hospitals coming up with cures for cervical cancer. And we know that the most fertile cervixes and you are girls, Black girls with melanin from the ages of 13 to 21. We know the best body parts are Black males, ages 16 to 25.
Yes, ma'am.
This is real. And so when we start talking about the art and science of business and figuring out how do we become creative so that we can get up and do something for ourselves, this is part of it, ties into what you do.
Yes, ma'am. It does. You mentioned about body parts, marketing, that they have a Black market that they are able to take children of that age range. They go from the body parts, the spleen, the kidney, the heart, the brain, fingers. They go into that, right? How many times Rothschild has purchased a new heart? Multiple times. They get it from a child, not from an adult. We're like the fountain of youth to them. They even get to a point where they even drink our blood to help them feel youthful. It gives them energy. They go as far than that and go into purchasing melanin. They buy melanin. They'll buy skin of ours, beautiful brown, dark skinned. It comes in different shades. Beautiful, right?
Skin grafting.
They purchase the skin and they extract the melanin from our skin. Business.
That's why we got a lot of work to do to replace that mind of Yaqub. That's Yaqub's mind.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And I think it's so interesting what you all are saying.
This kind of stuff.
Because Sister Dr. Ava Muhammad May
Oh,
Allah be pleased with her. You know, she was very fascinated with this topic and very well versed. This was a topic that she championed regarding women and the pornography that exists in our society, as you all are talking about sex trafficking. But pornography is really the biggest industry, combined. It outsources all these industries, pornography, be it the movies, be it whatever. And I think, as I remember Dr. Ava mentioning once, it goes back to chattel slavery, and it goes back to the fact that they, our enemy, our slave masters, former slave masters, brought us here, and they felt like they owned us. And that's really my point. The ownership of the Black woman, to whereas they feel like they have the right to claim our bodies, our minds, our whatever. And it is only through our separation from that mindset and becoming independent and protecting ourselves and having the resources to do it. I think, that's another aspect of this conversation, because it's modern day slavery. They're just snatching people up.
it's critical. It's critical. Allow me to do this. Oh my gosh. I want to play a commercial, another commercial provided by our beloved sister Sajdah. And then we're going to come back and we're going to go into the science of business with her. Because let me tell you, my spirit right now, this conversation can and must go on, Sister Danielle. So be ready next week.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We're going to talk about it, and I really appreciate that, and thank you all for let's expanding that. But we're going to just take a pause for the cause because it needs to happen.
Exhale. Everybody has to inhale and exhale.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Thank you. And Sister Danielle, you're more than welcome to stay with us. But you all, as a matter of fact, feel free to join us. We're going to phase this into economics, okay?
Yes,
And the
ma'am.
science. 1 second. Here we go. Sister Sajda, welcome back. Sister Danielle, Sister Pamela, stay right there. I'm going to bring you in very soon. The Art and Science of Business, your latest, a collection, you all. This is a collection of thought-provoking essays. These are based upon her personal and professional business experiences. Sister Sajda, so full right now. Talking about silent crimes, the final call cover story on Black and missing women and girls and others, this financial piece is so critical. But the way you present it, sister, such a spiritual warrior. It's an honor to know you. I I I believe my first interaction with you I had been interviewing you for the Final Call newspaper, but it was actually through Sister Minister Dr. Ava Muhammad's podcast, Elevated Places. And so that changed, had a lot to do with changing the trajectory of my life. I am in awe of you. I thank Allah God for you. Sister Donna Muhammad was the one who called me about that. And I was like, no. She asked me, would you interview her? I was like, no. Because, but I'm glad I did. And I won't belabor that. I just wanted to give the viewing audience a little background about when I actually kind of got into your sphere. You know, sister, you are really fierce. I thank Allah for your team. I'm going to go and let you give us your intro remarks about why did you pen this book and what have you seen come of it from those that have been sharing their feedback with you. I asked that question first, Sister Sajdah, because just the image alone on the book, the cover, you know, well, let's not do that with my background, but just the image alone really gave me a lot of energy when I saw it. Those are my initial questions. Sister Pamela, you can come in and ask your initial question as well as Danielle after she answers this, and then we'll go into the Q&A. But Sister Sajda, this is your presentation. Take it away, okay? And we'll be engaging with you. Thank you for your patience.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me on. And I'm sorry to divert the question, the conversation in another direction. That just kind of came over me.
Allah is God.
So, I've been very blessed in business with a lot of experiences and with, I guess you could say, an eye to be able to see things that I started to uncover over the years was unique and was different. I've been very blessed to be able to work closely and around at a very young age, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and just watch how he moved in business and how he negotiated and the suggestions he would give us in terms of how to approach a subject matter, watching him in the rebuilding and the way he just handled and balanced everything. And even then now, more recently with renovating the home of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, again, his powerful guidance, just the way the mind works. And because I had so many and have had so many amazing business experiences, I know that it was divine, Sister Charlene, because I've been in a lot of places and in a lot of situations that I could not have asked for or prayed for because I didn't know they existed. And so I knew that it was Allah's hand on my life. And I just don't believe that when we're blessed, that we should just keep it and put it back here on the trophy. And, a prophecy for one is a prophecy for all, and a blessing should be shared. And I have a lot of experiences and I got receipts. And I just thought I would share because I believe that it's time for us to begin thinking about self-governance, separation, doing for self, but really not just talking about it, going beyond just saying, okay, I'm going to be a vendor somewhere, really digging in deeply and figuring out how do we establish economics for ourselves and for our people in a way that is sustainable. It's time.
Thank you. I'm telling you, Sajda, some are saying that I saw that. Thank you, Sister Lisa Art, that the sound on the commercials were not playing. So we'll play
No,
those again. But, okay, I apologize. It's just as loud and proud over here. Okay. The name is
yeah, I didn't hear it either, but I think I did see someone in the chat say that the sound wasn't there.
Oh, it's critical to do that. I'm glad it rescued me from what I was about to share. Here, let's put this back. I made a move today after I saw your your presentation. Here we go. My apologies, you all. I get to hear it again anyway. Okay, so the sound is on here. Give me a thumbs up or what have you. Let's see. Oh, reverse.
No sound. No sound.
That's amazing. No sound still. I'm so sorry about that.
It's all right.
Yeah, it looks good. I can hear it. Oh no. Okay, so sorry y'all, no sound. I know, I apologize. Um Sister Sajdah, thank you for what you shared earlier. I wanted to start where you began talking about the discrimination. When I say where you began, meaning on your, is it the coffee talk was it the Saturday morning coffee
It was the
talk?
coffee talk. Uh-huh.
And I'll read what you, because you said you wanted to start there for a reason, and I will start there and you can expound on that. Oh, well, never mind about me. Never about me. You all, this is in her chapter called Discrimination Against Black Muslim Entrepreneurs. This is a historical and contemporary legislative briefing. Sister Sajdah starts out, since the departure of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad in 1975, Black Muslims in America have faced an exorbitant amount of economic discrimination, both individually and collectively. In America's business landscape, discrimination often wears many disguises. For Black Muslims, the challenge is not a single form of bias, but a layered, compounded experience, a collision of anti-Black racism and Islamophobia. This, quote, double invisibility, unquote, means that the economic and professional struggles of Black Muslims are often erased from both conversations on race, discussions on religious discrimination. Ain't that the truth? That's me, not her. They are not merely navigating a tilted playing field, they are contending with a marketplace designed to keep them on the margins. I just bear witness to that. Why did you decide to start your presentation with that?
Because I think that it's what's holding us back. I think it's what's preventing us from moving forward from an economic standpoint. And I think it's time for us to start figuring out what is the antidote. We have to start speaking up. We have to start filing lawsuits against people. We have to stop spending money with people that don't support us. We have to start uniting and pooling our resources. But I put it, and there's a whole list of things that I talked about that are different ideas. I actually think we need to start having some think tanks. And no, we don't have $80 million Charlie Kirk money, but we can figure out how to start some think tanks so that we can strategically figure out what is the antidote. Because if you're discriminating against us, then you're discriminating against everybody else. Black people are not a monolith. We're not all the same. And the thing about us as Black Muslims, we're so used to suffering and not getting what we want that we don't say anything. But even our own people discriminate against us, where they want to do business with us in the dark. They want to look like us and act like us, but then don't want to do business with us. So it's not even just, it's an Islamophobia. It's a Black racism. It's a Black on Black crime. And I just think it's time for people to realize that we have a voice. We're going to start exercising the power that we get in the name of Allah. It's time. And so we need to start creating networks. So if somebody's being discriminated against, if it's by somebody that looks like you or somebody that don't look like you, speak up and say something, because we need to stop messing with those people if they're cutting us off from the activity of life itself. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan teaches us that business is the activity of life itself. And if business is the activity of life itself, and you're cutting us off from our economic right, our economic sovereignty, then you're cutting us off from the activity of life itself. So we have to start speaking up. It can happen on a local level. We may need to start talking to politicians. I start asking politicians, what are you doing? What are you prepared to do to help us prevent the discrimination that we've been facing now for almost 100 years? And so we have, and I also say this, we are a very valuable aspect of not just Black culture, but American culture. See, when you bring us onto a job, onto a project, we conduct ourselves a certain way. I see Brother Charles Muhammad said they be scared to death to do business with us. They think they're going to lose their little houses, cottages, cars, and TVs. We have to start saying something. We have to start speaking up. That's I don't know where you went, Sister Charlene, but that's just what
I'm here.
That's important to me. It's time for us to start doing something about it. Just like people don't mess with the Asians, people don't mess with certain groups. They need to know, stop, don't mess with us. But what you also need to know is if you do business with us, you're more than likely going to make more money than what you've ever made following the false illusion that you're following. Worrying about white customers that you don't even have or you ain't gonna never get. Going down a road of ratchetness that's not going to bring you any blessings. When you study history, Sister Charlene, and you study any empire that has been built, any culture that has been established, the people that have the divine favor are the people who conduct themselves in a certain kind of way. We've been taught the magic formula on how to conduct ourselves. So when you put us in any situation, you're going to access a market that you never had access to before. You're going to make more money and have more impact than you ever had before, just with a little bit of Islam taught to us by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Just a little bit. So we're the new frontier.
I love the
technology.
Yeah, absolutely. Sister Sajdah, they're loving it. They're commenting. If only we could do business with our own, others support their own. Exactly. To the degree that we can do, rise up. I love when you said,
can I say something about that?
I
want us to, you can come back on the screen so I don't feel like I'm talking to myself.
Okay.
I want us to demystify that and unravel that a little bit, Sister Charlene.
If only we could do business with our own.
Yeah, because we've made that a big God. Okay? See, unity don't have to mean uniformity, and everybody ain't gonna get on board. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad in the Message to the Black Man says, I'm paraphrasing, 6 or 8 of us get together, pool our resources, and do business with ourselves. He didn't say 6 or 8 of us get with everybody. He didn't say get with the church. He didn't say get with the mosque. He didn't say get with your, he says 6 or 8 of you get together and pool your resources. So find your 6 or 8 people and start there. Follow the instruction. You see? We're skipping over the instruction because we're saying we waiting for they, them, what they gonna do. And that's not the instruction. That ain't none of your business. So if the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is gonna get us safely on his shoulders, we're gonna ride on his shoulders safely to the other side, then get on the shoulders and follow the instructions. Don't get off and worry about what they doing, because that ain't none of our business. Our instruction was the 6, I'm just talking about in business, the 6 or 8 people. So let's not make gods out of things. Well, Black people ain't gonna never unite, and that ain't necessarily your responsibility. Just make sure you ain't hating on nobody. Make sure you ain't blocking nobody from the activity of life. Just make sure you're not discriminating against nobody. Make sure you're looking for your 6 or 8 people. Make sure you buying Black and buy Black Muslim first. See, if we all mind our own business and stop taking on all these mixed instructions, then we'll be just fine. And I don't mean to, I'm sorry, it's just I just, whenever I'm coaching people and I hear that, well, that's not your business. He says 6 or 8 of you. That might mean 1 or 2. Everybody ain't gonna do it. So we don't have time to be judging. Just make sure you ain't judging, making sure you ain't competing, making sure you ain't blocking nobody, and you're gonna be all right. We can do this thing. Let's take it. You know, when you approaching something, if let's say you're gonna get a cake and you're gonna eat a piece of cake, Sister Charlene, you're not gonna put the whole cake in your mouth. You're gonna eat it bite by bite by bite.
That's right.
And if we all eating a slice of the cake and we all eating it bite by bite, pretty soon the whole cake gonna be eaten up. Not everybody trying to put the whole cake in their mouth, if that makes sense.
It does. And Sister Sajdah, I could understand you apologizing, but you know, the spirit is on you, and we are here so that you can impart what you want to impart and receive what you want to receive. And thank you all for listening to Liberated Sisters. The website is there, sajdahhouse.com. Let me look at this as a comment for you. Let's see. I usually don't let people know I'm Muslim. I don't broadcast it or get in the middle of a field and say I'm Muslim, because you will actually push people away with that. I get a lot of pressure washing business and smoked me business from non-Muslims. But at any rate, Sister Sajdah, you spoke to some of that. I this issue of not presenting ourselves. And would you repeat that here? Because I love the part where you spoke about you say it. You go on and say it. Tapping into the spirit.
I just want to say to us that Islam works. And so you may have a little bit of rejection at first, but it really does work. And so I'm not saying you got to wear a moniker. You ain't got to walk around with the flag of Islam on the back of your car. But just know that you don't have to code switch. You don't have to pretend that you're not Muslim. See, being Muslim is in your conduct, how you handle things, how you properly handle people, your integrity when you move forward. They will know you're a Muslim by the way you act. You don't have to walk in and say, hey, by the way, I just want you to know I'm a follower. You don't got to do that.
Flashing your ring.
My point is that the traits that are inherent, that come from our instructions, the way we handle ourselves, the way we conduct ourselves, the way we move, our integrity, all the things that we do are lucrative and fertile and will make money for us without us even trying. See, Allah is going to bless you whether you say you're a Muslim or not. It's the actions that create the vibration that draws to you what it is that comes from Allah. How is Allah going to make himself known? Through those that follow the formula.
Teach.
Right?
Yes, ma'am. Teach on that. You because you mentioned one thing that what you're saying that resonated. I was like, woo, when I passed by and I heard you say that, was that and I might not be saying it the way, but you'll pick it up. The energy that, or the force that gave us that idea or what have you, when we try to quote unquote code switch, we kind of disconnect from that.
Yeah, you see what you're doing is you're compromising Master Fard Muhammad's mind with Yaqub's mind. And so you're pinching yourself off.
That's it.
From the Lord of the worlds. And nobody else got to know this is going on in your mind. You just got to know, let me move forward because I want to be a friend of Allah. I want to be one of his beloveds. And no matter what happens, he's going to be victorious. And if I'm representing him, then by de facto evidence, I'm going to be successful as well. So it's about us moving forward with that kind of boldness and confidence and a silent type of strength, because everybody nowadays needs salvation. Everybody needs what we've been taught. Everybody needs it. There's not a problem out here that can't use the teachings given to us by our leaders and teachers to help as a balm, if you will. There's an illness. Everybody needs it.
That's right.
Everybody. So you can go to any environment. You can go into an environment full of white people and conduct yourself a certain way and be the money maker and the salvation and still maintain who you are. You can go into a group of Asian people. It don't matter the race. It don't matter where you are.
That's right.
It doesn't matter. We have to represent who we are. See, when we start code switching, that's when we mess up, because now we're pinching ourselves off from the divine flow that's been given to us when we accepted these teachings in the first place. And the pinching off is simple. A little lie here, a little jealousy here, a little hating over there, a little competitiveness over there.
Wow.
A little blocking of somebody over there. All of that's pinching us off.
Wow. Wow.
We have to get to the point, Sister Charlene, where we accept that everybody is on this road to submission. Everybody is doing what the best that they can do at this moment. And what we all got to do is be each other's encouragement. I'm not going to judge you, because I can't judge you, because I don't know where you are. I don't know what Allah is working on with you. All I can do is support you and guide you if I can, and help love you into your piece or your slice of the hereafter. Me being a hypocrite police ain't gonna get you there. We talking about business. We in the resurrection business, right? I'm just saying. Uh-oh, think we lost Sister Charlene.
A woman down, sister down. No, I just had to regroup on that. You said being a hypocrite police.
No, I'm just saying we listen.
Yes.
We've gotten to the point as Black people where we're so hard on each other. As soon as we see somebody, we want to diagnose them.
Wow.
And then we police them. That's not being a Muslim. That's not being a Christian.
Come on.
That's not right. It's not fair. You're not helping Allah to get all of his people. That's not helpful. Now, sometimes people cut up so much you got to put a ring of fire around yourself. I get that. But and sometimes I understand, but going overboard and doing those things that are not helpful is really more harmful than it is going to help us with resurrecting. We are still in the resurrection business.
That's right. That's right. Being resurrected ourselves. Sister Danielle, I'm going to pull you in case you have a question. Sister Sajdah.
I'm sorry. I didn't know this was going to come out like this tonight.
No, look, I thank Allah God, because, it's coming out how it's supposed to come out, Danielle, you ready? I'm my bad.
No, you're fine.
Okay, you enjoying it, huh? This conversation.
Yeah, it's she loaded me with so much data at one time. It's like a bunch of little microscopes flying around in the air, but no, she hit that. And I believe that a lot of times we don't support the idea out of fear, like you said, and lack of understanding, I would say. We have to open up our minds and not have this tunnel vision of what business is, when we say network, we're not limited to this, but when networking is so vast in that conversation. And I think when you said that about not cherry picking, I would say, I think about Master Father Muhammad and making the mother wheel. Everybody had a task, right? There was not a certain ethnicity, all Black, all Chinese, all this. It was a bunch of people that came together to make that common goal and that task complete. The right hand didn't know what the left hand was doing at times, but the thing was to be able to make it happen. And so with you sharing this information, it brings about so many, it's cracked atoms for me on how to even grow in my nonprofit and how to open up my mind. Don't just think about Black only. Mm-hmm. There's children missing in all walks of life. So
yeah, you and I, as students of Master Father Muhammad, are ambassadors of truth. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And so the teachings are for Black people first, and then.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Mm-hmm. So it's not that we're targeting, and I say this to people all the time. I do a lot of work with Black businesses, Black organizations, because that's my family, that's my heart. But I also get contracts from people from somewhere else.
Yes, ma'am.
And I have to make him known there as well.
Yes, ma'am.
So wherever I go, he goes.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I make him known wherever I am through my conduct, through the way I handle things, through the supreme manner in which I move, that makes them say, oh, wow, who are you and whose are you?
Yes.
See, how are they going to get to know Allah unless they know him through us?
Yes, ma'am.
Words don't teach. And I know that's hard to say, and that's me saying it, but words don't teach. Most of us sit up and we done heard I don't know how many lectures, and we ain't got no, some of us get better off of the word. But most of the time it's through us bumping our heads, and then we remember the word.
Yes, ma'am.
Something happens and we say, oh, that was in the Quran, or oh, let me pull up that lecture, or oh yeah. Because the experience helps you to expand the impact. The word can teach you a certain amount, but that experience helps you to know.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So that's what the art and science of business is. The art part is that spiritual part that's going to help you go beyond your intellectual capacity.
Yeah.
See, with just our mind, we can only go as far as our intellect goes.
Yes, ma'am.
So one of my prayers to Master Farah Muhammad is and has always been, take me where you are. Take me beyond what I can see, beyond what I can think of, beyond what I know, because I know that Yaqub's education that I have, I don't care how much of it I have, he can calculate how far I can go because he knows what he gave me.
Yes, ma'am. That's true.
But if I go with what you gave me, I can go further than any of us have ever imagined. Just allow me to hold on and go with you.
Yes, ma'am. And you saying that, I think about in the work that we do here with silent crimes, it takes courage to have these conversations. It takes courage to go into certain neighborhoods and go and rescue a young lady or a little girl to be able to get them out of that environment.
It takes courage, sis, and you got to be built for it.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say, because it's not for everybody. Some people can't stomach this stuff. Like, how do you do that? It's not for play, they say.
I'll give you an example. When I was working in healthcare in DC, So I'm a business person, but I would scrub in on cases and stuff so that I could see how things went.
Mhm.
And a couple times they was like, okay, hold pressure, and feeling somebody's blood and their heart beating under my hands. I was like, oh, I don't think I like this. Dealing with the smells, dealing with the pressure of somebody's life.
Yes, ma'am.
I said, oh, this is not.
Yes, ma'am.
I was so stressed out, but I understood then what it meant when it said you built for what you built for. And it made me respect more of what I do as a business person. I said, oh, okay, this is what I've been built for. Because I realized I wasn't built for medicine. And I was a trooper. I hung in there. They gave me an honorary doctorate, but it's not something that I could say that I'm gonna do every day. I can't walk past your mother every day and try to figure out whether or not I can keep her alive.
Wow.
Wow.
That's how I took it. I couldn't go to the calculated distance space. Everything was personal to me.
Mhm.
And so I knew, I said, I'm gonna kill myself. It's not my thing. But your thing is your thing. And so let me say this also. One of the things I talk about in the Art and Science of Business, and if you want the book, you can either search my name on Amazon or go to artandscienceofbusiness.com. Somebody could put that in the chat for me, artandscienceofbusiness.com. Here's the thing. All of us showed up on the planet for a reason.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Allah decided that he wanted to express himself in a certain way. And that expression is you, it's Sister Pamela, it's me, it's Sister Charlene, it's those in the chat, because he's infinite. He's expressing himself through each and every one of us. And so with him saying, I always ask Allah, I said, what did you have to say when you decided that I was coming into this world? When you decided I'm the manifestation of some thought that you had.
Oh, yeah.
Something you thought, right? Created matter, which became me. And so there was a thought, that thought had intention, and now it's here. And so it's my job to figure out what is that, to take these teachings and figure out, what did I show up on the planet to do for you? And so, and I sometimes I think we miss that, because as converts to a religion, we tend to have faith in Allah, but not in ourselves.
Yes, ma'am.
And so we get stuck because we want somebody else to do something so we can push from behind. When in actuality, most of us are pioneers, and we the first to do this. We living in a very special time, and we are the manifestation of a thought that Allah had, and we've been being made and molded and shaped into something that we're supposed to be doing right now to this day.
Yes,
we're lucky if we find it before we go.
I was going to say that many people are on this planet and in this time and space, and they leave not understanding or even knowing what their purpose in this space and time was. And it's an honor to even have an idea of what that looks like.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, Sister Sajdah, in your book, the first word you have is art. Did I hear that correctly?
Yes.
What made you pick that word?
Because the art is in my opinion what aligns us with the Creator, that's going to take us beyond our intellectual capacity. So the business piece is the technical piece, is the intelligence given to us by Yaqub's mind, the trading, the economics, the accounting, the engineering, the law, that technical aspect. But the art, it's what's going to take us to that next level, allow us to do more with it than what was intended when it was given to us. And the art piece is, I think of it like, you know how a singer will say, I don't know where that note came from.
Mm-hmm.
Or I was dancing and I don't know where those moves came from. Well, it's still the basics of dance. But they put a swing, something on that thing that took it to that very next level. Mm-hmm. That next level that made us pass out when we saw Michael Jackson.
Wow.
That next level that makes us cry when we see the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. That next level, that supernatural level, that's what the art part of it is.
Yes, ma'am.
That's that alignment. That's that space where in the church they say you get the Holy Ghost. Mm-hmm. Or you create this art piece and it's like, man, nobody ever created anything like that before. Mm-hmm. Where is that? Oh my goodness.
Yes, ma'am.
The basics of painting and drawing are there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But it's the true spirit that turned it into a masterpiece.
Wow. Yes, ma'am. I'm glad I asked.
And I believe it's that piece. Yeah, that spiritual piece that we need is what's going to take us to our economic freedom. So once we learn of our disciplines, now we got to learn the art of nation building and self-governance.
Wow. Wow. Thank you. Oh my God, Sister Pamela, you have a question or comment? As I'm sitting here feeling like a hidden figure in the office where I go, but I just quit. Go ahead.
Everything is so beautiful. What Sister Wendy was saying, Sister Sajdah, and I really could feel what you meant when what you said with the art piece, because it's like when you see a masterful athlete or someone figure skating, some of our gymnasts, you do pick up that magical piece for them being at the height of their craft. And so I think that's a beautiful concept that you're introducing. Mm-hmm.
Sister Sajdah, I would like to ask you about your coaching. How can people, like, what do you offer, and how can people take advantage or take an opportunity to reach out to you for that? Like your coaching sessions are. Go ahead. You got it.
Yes. So there's coaching and advisory services. I sit on boards, teach courses, help people to build businesses. I'm blessed in that I can build a business pretty quickly and usually advise you on what's going wrong and what is the issue. I've been a part of organizational science and business pretty much my entire adult life. And so I coach and teach and train on that level. So you name it, just email me and I can let you know if I can't help to help you. And so if you want to do that, I can put my email address in the chat. It's just mindofanentrepreneurtoday@gmail.com. You can email me. Again, I hope you would get the book. Just go to artandscienceofbusiness.com, or she put the Amazon link in there. You can go to Amazon and search Wendy Muhammad. You can do that as well. We didn't get to talk about this, Sister Charlene, but I hope you all would join the mailing list for the Elijah Muhammad House. So there you just go to ElijahMuhammadHouse.com. We got some amazing stuff coming up. And that's a whole nother level of supernatural experiences. I literally got swarmed by redbirds today. So that's a whole nother thing, but I don't want to forget that. Thank you for, it's mindofanentrepreneur@gmail.com. That one doesn't have the today in it. mindofanentrepreneur@gmail.com. Or if that's too much, just go to artandscienceofbusiness.com and then there's a place to send me an email or comment.
Let's talk about the word.
Thank you, sis.
Oh, you're welcome. I got you. You talked about the supernatural. You're right. Listen, the day I met God, I was like, when is going to do another one? you said it was intimate, but it was, I forgot what you said. It was intimate, but the quality. I'm at a loss for words because the way I felt when I experienced it. One of the things you shared, Sister Sajdah, you said that our beloved sister, oh God, what's our beloved sister's name? Makti, Sister Margaret,
Margaret,
may have had a certain kind of
Margaret.
yeah. It was so real. It was so real.
Yeah.
I felt like I was in that time, you know. Um,
Hmm.
everyone,
Yeah,
not
here's the thing, Sister Charlene. One of the things that,
mm,
and I pray over this house all the time, especially before we have events, that it can be a source of healing for people who come there. And I think you had that experience when you came.
yes.
We had a Black opera in white where we
And
chose songs that all represented the Messiah.
mm,
And so the energy of representing the Messiah in the operatic tones in his living room was transformative. And so the same approach we took with the play that Sister Margaret created
yeah.
um, had some of the same effect on people, where people start to feel like, oh, I feel different, I feel changed, I feel the presence of a true and living God. I feel like I feel the humanization of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad,
Yes.
right? I feel him. He lives as a human. I feel that.
Mhm.
And so people felt that. And so my goal is to bring that to the presence. If you come to the house, you can say, okay, where is he?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
have workers and everybody that say, wait, where's the old man? They'll ask me stuff like that. But then I know I'm doing my job, because my job is to find a way to bring him to as many people as possible,
Mm,
to help the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan to
mm.
get all his people.
That's it.
Ma'am, that's it right there. Thank you for what you said, Sister Sasha, because one of the things that I experienced, I wanted to be there in, physically and couldn't be, but when you had the replay, I said, what a gift. Everyone, everybody, even it was just so much. The things that really struck me heavily is when Brother Tarek just stood
Tariq.
there. Tariq, it was just a lot. I really felt it when I don't know I remember our brother's name who played and people played multiple roles, you all, but he played a slave master. He
Oh,
came
Brother
with
Carl.
that hat. I said, see, I wanted to, now I can't even look at him the same way anymore. Tell Brother Carl, I'm upset with him for life. This is how much they were in those characters. It was so divine. It was
So
reaching me.
this is an example of what you all asked me. This is
Mm,
why Islam works. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan told us to use art.
mm-hmm.
So we're using art. We're following his instructions and using art. And so when you follow his instruction using the art, now we are transforming minds, hearts, changing people, winning people over,
Mm,
because we're using the art in a very responsible manner.
mm, mm. Thank you for that. Sister Sasha, you key right into hiding, or like you said, many are pushing from behind, might be pulling in the front, but trying to be that invisible figure. Could you speak to how this one jump out of that? Because it takes time, or you just go, rah, you're out and you on faith, right? But can you talk about how that happens? Because it's not overnight.
It can be overnight. Sometimes a trauma will make it be overnight. Get your feelings hurt. You can It can't happen that way. I'm talking about real life stuff. It can
Real.
happen.
Yeah.
Where you got a choice. Either I'm going to step up and be a Muslim or I'm not.
Mm.
And the last thing we should want to be is not being a Muslim, right? So it depends. But for the most part, to soften it a little, it has a lot to do with those, I call it granular levels of faith. We talk about the mustard seed.
Mm-hmm.
It's at that level.
Mm-hmm.
When do you stand up? When do you not? When are you yourself? When are you not? So it's just step by step.
Right.
Because what happens is, Sister Charlene, if we get scared,
Teach.
then what happens? We start blaming. I don't know why they don't do this. Or I'm just going, why don't you do this? And we pushing. We don't want to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the fear.
Yes, ma'am.
We let go of the fear and say, you know what, it might just be me that has to do the heavy lifting on this.
Yeah.
It might
Because
just be me. And I might have to be embarrassed. I might fall down. I might get hurt. I might got to be out in front of people and might not have my hair together. I ain't got my weight together. I done broke out in the face, but I got to go forward because it's not about me. Pushing through all of that kind of stuff. Insecurities.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm a little tall. I'm a little fat. I'm a little old. I'm a little young. I'm a little dark. I did this in the past. Back in the day, I da-da-da. Going past all of that. Yeah. It's the faith. That blind faith. And a lot of times we don't realize that when we are so afraid that we're not doing anything, then we become stagnant.
That's right.
Then what happens when you become stagnant? Now you're jealous of other people who ain't stagnant. You're envious of somebody doing something that you were supposed to be doing, but if you would just really stop being so scared and get up and do something for yourself, because that's right. So now the stagnation cause envy and jealousy. It's just a snowball effect.
Yeah.
So we have to stop and just nip it all in the bud. If you catch yourself having a feeling, a little envy, a little jealousy, a little competitiveness, you kind of tripping, just ask yourself, where is this coming from?
Right.
What am I supposed to be doing that I'm really mad at myself? Because I'm pinching my own self off from the mind of God. What is it that I could be doing? And so we have to ask ourselves those questions. It ain't rocket science.
No.
What could you be doing? What could you be doing differently? What are you doing that's maybe other than yourself? And I mean, we all have to do it. Let me fix this. Now, Allah, I'm sorry. He's so merciful and so graceful, and all, Allah, I'm so sorry. I've been messing up. I apologize to Allah all the time. You know what? I didn't realize. I didn't thank you for this. I didn't, I should be doing that.
Wow.
Just little things. That little relationship with Allah. Let me get myself together. How am I representing myself? How am I presenting myself? What situation am I in? And am I only in that situation because I'm afraid? What could I do better? It's always just posing questions.
Yeah.
That's how I see you're going to crawl out of it. You'll never get it done. We're never going to be there. It's never going to be perfect. But we can start making strides, and we can start crawling up out of the hole by asking those little questions.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you. I'll tell you, I remember, if I may share, I hope it's okay, when you spoke with me about something and I was at a broadcast location. And we started talking about the ins and outs of it. I was so excited. I thought something was getting ready to happen. And after we talked, our teachings came right into play because of just staying years and years and years reaching people, but taking such abuse. And Sister just rescued me, just with a few simple words. And thank Allah that I did let that go, because I would have never done what I did, which is I'm here. And then there's other things. But Sister Sajdah, go ahead, Sister
And it's
Danielle.
okay.
Yeah.
It
Yep.
is, and I think that it's, for me, it's being comfortable in the skin I'm in.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're gonna get those no's, you're gonna get the comments, the statements be made, but I just think about the frequency. Keep my frequency clear with Allah. I hear like a radio station. I want to make sure I'm clear. This is not worrying about that, because my path has already been written down for me by Him. Now He's going to guide me through the process. Doing these things, it's bigger than what we see. We know we're changing lives. Talking about economics, budgeting, finances, foundational things that have to be done in order to be able to build a nation. We can't skip gradient. You can't just jump from here to there and think that you're going to have a successful movement with this space in between. The fillers have to be put in, and by her teaching these things helps me to understand, for us to understand, it's a step process.
Yeah.
I always say, as big as an elephant is, it takes one bite at a time. And then each bite matters. Thoughts, our prayers, our understandings, our conversations, our friendships, and all walks of life. But when she mentioned about fear, if we all leaned on fear, how far can we be? Every person has a skill and ability. If we are all able to clear our frequency with the Creator and be able to lean on that more than focusing on what's going on around us or what you think that He's giving you direct data. He's putting that straight into you. But are we looking at that? Are we offset by distractions? We're so focused on everyone else. Yes, ma'am.
Let me help you with that mathematically, sis.
Yes.
Because like I said, you're not going to ever get it right. You're not going to ever be perfect.
That's right.
Think about it mathematically. If you have 24 hours in a day, you want to make sure mathematically that more of your time is doing right than doing wrong.
That's right.
It's math. It's just simple math.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So if you know that you're going to be on some BS for 18 hours a day, that BS could be worrying. It could be worshiping a God other than Allah. It could be making a God out of your problem. It could be arguing. It could be having low self-esteem and talking down to yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
But if 18 hours a day you're doing that, then the material manifestation of your life is going to be based on what you produced from that 18 hours. Okay? So the way we're going to turn that around is we're going to say, I got to figure out how to be on the right side of God.
Yes.
Right? For more time than I'm not.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get totally clear. You're not gonna get totally perfect. Never gonna happen.
Yes, ma'am.
That's just not gonna happen. But can I get to the point where most of my moves, even though I'm gonna try to get it perfect, I'm gonna go for all my moves being perfect, but I also know that if I gotta make 10 moves, I'm probably not gonna make all 10 of them perfectly.
Yes, ma'am.
But if I can make 8, if I can make 7, maybe today I just make 1, but tomorrow I make 5.
Wow.
So now I'm changing what I produce because I'm changing the frequency. How am I changing the frequency? By the behaviors that I'm exhibiting.
Yes, ma'am.
You may say, all I know is I've been worrying 24 hours about a particular situation. I'm going to find 1 hour where I'm not worrying. Let me just get some relief for 1 hour.
1 hour. Yes, ma'am.
And maybe tomorrow you try 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next day you might go back down to 1 hour. And then the next you say, I'm going to try 3 hours.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So now you're changing that material that's coming to you. How you're manifesting, what you're doing. It's just like working. If you get paid by the hour, if you work 8 hours, you're gonna get paid more than if you work at 3.
True. Yes, ma'am.
So it's really simple. And then there's tools that we can use. Some people say, well, I love to meditate.
Mm.
So I meditate, calibrate my mind, and then I pray.
Mm.
I love to sit there and meditate. I've been meditating since college. Because before I came to the nation, I was into meditation. But the meditation helps me because I'm a hypersensitive person.
Okay.
So it prevents me from reacting to everything that's going on around me. Because when I do that, now I got all this chaos going on, and whatever I'm focused on, I'm not really able to get there because I got all this other stuff that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So the meditation helps me to get more time off of the BS, the chaos,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense.
It does. I'm glad you said that. So those that are watching this, you touch that because many of people don't move out because of fear and that self-doubt, beating themselves up. So I'm glad you pointed that out to those who are listening and watching.
We all do it.
We all do. We definitely
all do it. We all beat ourselves up. All of us don't feel like we're cute enough or handsome enough or tall enough or thin enough or smart enough, or there's always not enough. It's the world we live in.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? We're chasing nothing.
Wow.
We love the devil because he gives us
nothing.
So we're chasing nothing. And in chasing nothing, we're producing something.
Yeah.
But it just may not be what we want.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So we just figure out little pieces of the day, whether it's when you wake up in the morning, what do you do? Every time you see the color purple, do you call on Allah? I started saying, Allah, please allow every breath I take to be a prayer of gratitude. When I breathe in, I want you to know I love you.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So that gives me all these little touch points throughout the day. Right? Because I may go somewhere and somebody may make me want to curse them out.
Yes, ma'am.
But then I come back to my breath and go, okay, Allah. So that's the balance. That scale has to be heavier on one end than on the other.
Yes, ma'am.
Then you'll start seeing momentum. You'll start to see your business grow. You'll start to see your life change. But it's not enough to say, I love Allah, I'm all in love with Allah, but then I'm tripping all day long.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. I feel like Sister Sajdah had a camera around me all day, all week, all month, all year. This is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, Sister Sajdah, Sister Danielle, thank you for staying with us.
Yes, ma'am.
And engaging. We will let Sister Sajdah give the closing remarks for the last 2 minutes. And then I apologize about the commercials, everyone. But are they on your page by any chance?
Yeah.
Of course.
There's my page. And if you tune in tomorrow morning to the Sajdah Morning Coffee Talks, we're going to talk about the importance of preservation, historic preservation. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. I'll play them so you all can see them if you haven't seen them. I don't have 2 minutes worth of remarks, Sister Charlene. All I can say is I'll announce a couple of things tomorrow morning, Coffee Talk, 6 a.m. Saturday morning, Coffee Talk, 6 a.m. Saturday afternoon from 4 to 6, I'm at the Silver Room here in Chicago doing a book signing event. And there's some other things coming up, but just stay close to my page. Follow me online, Instagram, Sajdah Wendy Muhammad, Facebook, Sajdah Wendy Muhammad as well. What am I missing? Go to ElijahMuhammadHouse.com. Support. If you don't have your commemorative Elijah coin, get them. These were made from the copper. This is actual copper from the messenger's home.
Wow.
It's a collectible. Imagine if you had one of these from Master Farad Muhammad and what it would be worth. And so, get your coins. There's other ways that you can go out there and support, not only just with the coins, but we've got, other things. You can also just make a donation. You go to the page, there's ways in which you can do that. Cash App, Zelle, credit card. We make it real easy for you. But ElijahMuhammadHouse.com. Thank you, Sister Charlene, for putting that in the chat. Can you put that on the screen, sis?
Yes, I can. I put the caps in there, but it might not necessarily be all that out.
It's okay. It helps people to remember, right? And
right.
and you could go out there and see some of the work that we're doing. Again, the idea is to uplift the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, enshrine his star student there in the house with him.
Yes.
And to find creative and artistic ways to express our love for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He has given us an entire world to work out in.
Yes,
so we gotta just work out and do it. And I will say this last thing. I said I didn't have 2 minutes worth of remarks, but I didn't tell the truth. I'm sorry, Allah. Where you are today, you have no idea where Allah is taking you. Nobody could have told me at 21, 22 years old, run around trying to figure out how I was going to get my new Vanguard uniform, that I'd be here today.
Yes, ma'am.
Vanguard.
Nobody would have told me that. Wow. Nobody would have said it. And as a nation, I want to say this too, be patient with your nation. We are a growing nation. We're a young nation.
That's right.
Back in the day when we used to hold posts, there was no relief.
No, ma'am.
Now I hear the sisters talking, I'm complaining because I've been on posts all day. How about being on posts all day and all night?
And
you got to do check posts over here. Then you get off check posts. Then I worked in the National Secretary's office. Got to go run back there. Got to do this and that. What about just not getting no sleep?
Say that.
These are the sacrifices that we make for our budding nation. So you don't know where Allah is taking you. Be patient with your nation and make sure that when you are complaining, I hear this all, they don't do this, and why don't they, and they. What are you doing?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you following instructions? What we say, he said, 6 or 8 of you pool your resources, go into business together.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So let's just be patient.
Yeah.
And when we see something, say something. See, if we follow our instructions, follow our general orders, report all slackness, weakness, and wrongdoing, do what we're supposed to do, be loving, want for our brothers and sisters what we want for ourselves. Let's love each other into this new space and time.
That's right.
Yes, ma'am. Because it's here. We're here. This is it. Thank you for that, Sister Sajdah. We asked, who is they? Who's they? Who's they? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for gracing Liberated Sisters. We're going to go on out, and everything is there for Sister Sajdah. You all subscribe to her YouTube channel. Sister Sajdah, I used to be up there, and I'm getting free again, and I will come back. Sister Danielle, thank you. Sister Attorney Pamela had to take leave, but thank you
Yes.
all for being here. And
Absolutely.
thank you all
Thank
for
you.
viewing. Happy Savior's Day. And
Happy
Savior's
Savior's
Day.
Day.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to show y'all Sister Sajdah. Look at Sister Sajdah. Look at Sister Sajdah. Okay. That is our show for today. I really appreciate you all tuning in. And we were spiritually fed. We really were. I would like to go out in honor of what Sister Sajdah shared. I don't know, can you all hear? Let us unite.
Everybody join in this melody. That's the only way we're gonna be free. Everybody singing this sweet refrain. Sing this melody till it gets in your brain. Well, I'm talking to you, Muslim, Christian, and Hebrew. Anything to do, we got to unite, or else we are through. Everybody singing this sweet refrain. Sing this melody till it gets in your brain. Everybody singing this melody. That's the only way we're gonna be free. They're united in Ghana, Mali, and Nigeria. All over Africa, the people are getting together. They're even uniting in Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, and Angola. And Nkrumah's vision will light the world over from Cape to Cairo, one Africa. Everybody singing this sweet refrain. Sing this melody till it gets in your brain. Come on, do it tonight. Brothers and sisters, let us unite. Baby, don't